Introduction to Donview Interactive Tools software. As you can see by my screen, I currently have my Windows desktop background on the screen, and I have the Donview Interactive toolbar over on the right hand side. If I press the mouse at the top of the toolbar, this switches me to Windows Interactive mode, and from here, using my finger or a stylus, I can interact with Windows the same as I would using a mouse on the laptop. Going back to the icon top right hand side, if I press the whiteboard in the circle, this opens back up the toolbar and switches us back to interactive mode. So by moving the toolbar across here, we'll just identify some of the features of the toolbar. So as just discussed, the mouse that we use to switch between interactive mode is here. The white icon designates a new page, and each time we select that, it'll create a new page and move forward one page at a time. This allows us to have multiple pages in the software saved, and we can go back through those at any time. The black arrow is our selection arrow, so that indicates that whatever we want to work on, that arrow points to that selection. The next icon down is the current pen selection, and this shows us at a glance which pen we're currently using. And there are a number of pens, so if I was to select the tool pen, this icon will change to show me the current pen I'm working with. On the other side of the toolbar, we have two orange arrows which are forwards and backwards. So to go forward and backward between pages, we use these two icons. The next two arrows down, the green arrows, are for undo and redo. So if we make a mistake and we wanted to undo that mistake, we just simply hit the left green arrow and that'll undo that. However, if we deleted something accidentally, we can hit the redo arrow and that'll bring it back for us. A little bit further down on the bottom row there, we have a white hand, and that is our move icon. So we can grab objects and selections on the screen and move them around by using the hand. And the last one in that section is the rubber, indicated by the yellow and white icon. So that's an eraser. We have several sizes of erasers, and we also have a group area that we can select an entire area and rub it all out in one go. So that's a basic overview of the top section of the toolbar. The next half a dozen icons in the toolbar. So section 1 is pens, section 2 graphics, section 3 tools, section 4 backgrounds, section 5 pages, section 6 images, and section 7, the last one there, is apps or applications. Each of these sections will be covered in more detail in separate lessons. Okay, so moving to the bottom of the taskbar, we have a few more icons here. So this one here is our colour palette. So by selecting that, we can select multiple colours for pens, paint buckets, fills, etc. The centre icon there with the black lines gives us our line thicknesses. We can select different line thicknesses for writing or filling in or just drawing large lines. The dotted line icon on the other side is for drawing graphics or dotted lines in graphics, which we'll cover in section 2. Moving down the toolbar, we have a transparency icon, and that again will be covered in more detail. The paintbrush icon in the center down the bottom is to clear the screen, so that will clear everything on the screen, just like that. But I didn't want to do that, so we'll press the undo button and bring everything back. On the right hand side, we have the Microsoft logo, which allows us to annotate over Word, Excel, PowerPoint documents from the Windows desktop. Moving down a little bit further, we have the camera icon, and this one will select, well, it'll select our camera in the web, the webcam, or the camera in the laptop, and display that image on the screen. Okay, so. And last but not least is the QR code icon in the middle, which is our TouchCast server, and again that'll be covered in more detail in another section. Down the bottom we have a little wheel icon, and this one is our settings. So from here we can save our file, open new files, import, export, all the usual Windows type of options. We've got some edit options. Under the file save as, this one's particularly handy. So anything that we've worked on in the pages of the current presentation, we can save as a Donview file. This is basically a lesson plan or a teaching file which we can open later on and reuse, or we can add to, and we can even share with other teachers. A couple of other options in the Save To. We can save it into a Word file, PowerPoint, we can all Excel, and we can also save our current presentation into a PDF and email it out to other teachers or persons. That's a brief overview or an introduction to the Donview tools. Thank you very much for listening, and on the next section we'll cover in more detail the several sections covering pens, graphics, tools, etc. Thank you.